I'm not the one who's captured, okay?
Statement still stands. Who is this we?
Mister. I'm gonna get us TPK'd 3 different times.
That didn't get anybody TPK, thank you very much.
I wonder why.
I had ideas.
You had ambitious goals that you didn't think fully through. And you did, but Volan didn't.
Look, Volan can't be right all the time. That's boring.
Oh, absolutely, especially again when he's grieving, and I don't hold that against you.
Yeah, and nobody to be able to console him.
Why is he grieving?
Oh no, we didn't. You didn't. Oh wait, she doesn't.
Yeah, I was just like, huh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tidal Roll, the show where a bunch of oddball creatives sit around, play a lot of TTRPGs. I am your DM, your GM, your scribe of Erebus. Welcome back to Campaign 1.5, The Chronicles of the Council, where although we are still going to be missing our Blood Hunter for the time being, we do have our former druid, now shaman, back, of Umi, played by Snowy Chew. Last time we were here, the party they were just trying to maneuver stuff with Captain Bones' crew, whether it was trying to come up with plans about how to cause a prison break, or get some information from different things here and there, or, just coming together with the 2 teams of the council and the carousel to just come up with some neat ideas that may or may not end up blowing up in people's faces. Who knows, really? Who knows for sure who had the better ideas, who had the worst ideas? It's all spectacle. So, they ended up trying to do a whole bunch of things here and there. Hi, Cos Bunny. Where, as they were getting ready to do various activities, whether it was getting info from the chef of Laszlo, or going to the library to find out about the fog of Vivantis, or doing the stuff with Collateral to find out that Umi is in the prison holding cell with all of the captured people, as I'm going to say, because it makes me weird to say the actual term as a minority, and all these other things. It's now prevalent that Captain Bones and his crew have a benefactor, but they're also just going to lead the party to safety for as much as everyone else is made aware of. But now comes the time where things get a little bit on the hectic side, as when we're coming back into focus, D's.
Yes.
You, along with Amatista and Volan, you guys are still affected to where you guys don't need to really sleep. So you are the person that, although not in your room, you're on the top deck of the Firebird looking down to see everything. From watching the ship move throughout the fog, going from where it was in that watery starlight tunnel to then just careen upwards from the fog, what's going through your mind right now as you're traversing uphill on this massive man of war? You're going over your notes again, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's okay, take your time. It's been a very busy month.
Pretty sure we're all going over our notes.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Like, go over your notes, look at the recap if you need to. I'm just trying to get an itch on my arm.
Oh, no, not the arm.
Like, I'm legit just sitting here with 3 to 4 bottles of water and 4 different cans to the side. I am good. Because I gotta stay hydrated.
Hydration be important.
It do be important. Ew. Got that pesky itch. Like, and you know you can just BS it. You don't have to make it very flowery. You know this.
Yeah. I guess Deez is kind of still mulling over some of the information that she read about this area in the one book.
Good segue to what I'll be doing.
It can be a good segue. Do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, sure. Olin. Let's see. Yeah, no, he does know that Deez had been to the library, so he's just going to swoop up behind her and go, "Hey, point me to the book you were reading."
Oh, yeah, sure. Deez is gonna start leading him to the library.
As
I
you're
know you read so much.
going down the crow's nest to do all this, now I'll let you guys RP, and then I'll cut it when it's time.
Do you read books often, Deez? Because I don't see you in the library that much back on the island.
I don't read books too often. I probably should read more books.
Always borrow something from my collection if you're interested. What possessed you to read something this time?
I wanted some more information on this fog that we're in, and one of the crew members had mentioned that they specifically had books on this fog in their library.
So they pointed you to this book specific. Just a little skeptical about the whole thing. I can't trust anything that these crewmen state. Everybody's got an ankle. The thing that bothers me is that I'm not sure if it's an ankle that's in line with what their captain wants, or it's an ankle of what they want. Because they're not a hive mind. At least I don't think they're a hive mind.
Who knows?
I'm rambling, aren't I?
A little bit.
Sorry. My mind is racing about the whole situation. Rather upset that things have gone this way. Even more pissed that I got caught. Put all of you in danger. Again.
Well, all we can do is keep pushing forward.
You're right about that. Problem is, there's no clear direction. So, if I ever see that cook again, I should try and ask him something important.
It's at this time, when Deez is about to say something, she stops upon seeing these larger than life, literally ivory carved doors with gigantic golden handles that when she just pushes into it, you see the massive library littered to the brim with tomes, books, scrolls, everything from the exact moment this ship was built during the Age of Agrenon all the way to current. Everything of note is in this library that when you just get a small whiff of it, you can just smell the history that is just layered in this room. 3 stories tall with books around every which way. No librarian in sight, but it seems like there are just books that are being shuffled without any hands at play, any sort of notions at work. Just meandering around, sorting through things.
Now this just raises even more damn questions. Is it magic hands? Arcane? I'm getting really sick and tired of this ship and its mysteries.
You know what to roll if you're interested if there's magic involved.
Right. And I could do that.
Technically,
Yeah,
both
screw the-
UMDs could do it.
Yeah, I'm interested if there's magic involved.
Mystic check.
I mean, I got a theory, but why am I having theories? I'm just gonna roll for this. 19.
That's a no.
How bad is the dam?
6.
You take -1 in your mystic.
Oh,
You take +1 in mystic, though, Strider.
sweet. I was mystic as blind.
So, upon examining the room, there is no magic involved. When you're peering through, it's not magic that's moving these things. It seems to be tethered spirits that are just moving without thought, without feeling, without anything of note, really. They're just moving them abound with no ears, and even the sockets for their ears seem to be sealed away. No eyes, but just stitched into it. No mouth to speak, because it is sewn shut. They are just mindless souls moving the books and tomes and scrolls and everything around with nothing else in play.
Now that just raises even more questions.
As for you, D's, you're just like, I want to see, and as you're trying to make sure you can see beyond the magical veil, it's just, damn, I can't see shit.
Seen this shit, D's. These enchantments are ridiculous. This is a pirate ship, not a freaking magical vault. Looks over to D's. Why aren't you impressed? You can't see, can you?
No.
Okay. Magical spirits are moving everything around.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
It is. And it's probably one of the most complex ways to move books around. It's extremely unnecessary, and all it does is raise further questions. Let's get to this book before I go insane.
Without having to roll anything, it's going to be easy for you to find it, of course. So, upon just leading Volan to it, you find the worn-out book known as the Fog of Viveron. Oh, Vivantis, sorry. I got so many V's to keep track of in this story.
You need to use less V words.
I can't, man. I can't. V is the first letter of my actual name. I can't. It's attached to me. So, opening up the book, it still states the same thing about how it was crafted more than likely during the Dawn period. It stretches to the beginning eras of when life started on this planet, when the gods were young, when the planet was super young, when the world hadn't been formed into what it is today. There was a wizard lich by the name of Vivantis Vorvo that did exist. He crafted this mist to do something. What is written in this, though, is the question, because then it starts to get to be older text of older common. So, I will say if you want to learn more about this, either one of you, that is a history check. But for you, Anne, because you did read this book before for a cursory glance, I'll give you advantage for the initial knowledge.
I don't suppose I could try and cheat it with comprehend language.
Sadly, no.
Cursed. Spoiled. This is a history check, was it?
It is a history check.
$24.
Dirty 20.
You both take a +1 to your history. The DC was actually going to be 20. I was like, maybe they're going to all reach it. I don't know. Then just dirty 20. I fucking do.
Blow it. Blow right through it.
So here's the thing. Not a lot of people have transcribed the book to do so, but the two of you together are able to look through these sheets. In doing so, able to see that the older common that's written in this book does speak about how Vivantis Vorvo had a child, a son in fact, Vivantis Jr. His name was not really recorded in a lot of things. They just say that in this book, Vivantis hid his son from the world by making sure that whatever happens to him, he will bestow a piece of his soul fragment within his own son at the cost of his wife. In doing so, he made the first ever, I want to say, the Court of the Undead. A legion of different liches around the world that culminated together to make life a living hell for the people of his time period. However, as you're exploring more of it, you also note that certain wizards here and there, or different wizard liches that did exist, were dispatched here and there. One of which was dispatched by a man by the name of Vendergast, who you both know as Grandpa Ven, who is responsible for Ven becoming a shamanic lich. From trying to kill him, giving up his own humanity to make sure that none would ever wield the power that this court used to have. How Vivantis was sealed away to then be destroyed is not written, but his essence is what's keeping the fog of Vivantis a solid core, because he feeds off of those that are dwindling, that are weakening. The more you end up having a weaker spirit or constitution for yourself, the more that you are being devoured by the essence of this fog, the greater it will be to lead towards his eventual resurrection that also feeds into his son, Vivantis Jr. Some say he is part lich, some say he's just a wandering magic user. No one has seen Vivantis Jr. in person, but it is written that he does exist.
Bones just looking increasingly more and more upset as he's reading through the passages, learning about the connections between the Lich and the Fog and his offspring. His eyes are narrowing. You know, probably the first time I ever actually genuinely contemplated burning a book before out of pure rage.
Let's not burn this book. It's not ours.
True. It's also not the book's fault. Still, food for thought. Not good food for thought for us, but, food for thought. Now I definitely need to talk to the cook.
Let's go find the cook.
Yeah. Bolin slams the book shut and just pauses for a minute. Looks up and down these shelves. I wonder if they would notice. No, they'll notice if I take one.
Don't take the books. But if you want to read anything else, we're in a library.
Look, I would read this entire damn library if I could, but we're on a time crunch. I can't go and immerse myself in these dusty tomes, as much as I would like to. I don't know, so if one of my plans that's rattling in my brain actually works or gets pulled off, maybe I'll get my chance. But anyways, it's time to question them.
As the two of you are setting out to do this, Tiny, if you're available, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny, you, at this very moment, are sitting down playing chess with Rainy, who has her snakes up in curlers. As you guys are on your yacht on the way down below from the man of war, immediately on your right, your mind is still racing over what has transpired. Your exhaustion is starting to slowly inch up onto your psyche. Your very soul feels a bit off-centered, but the moment Rainy slams down a piece on the board, she's just, honey, you're distracted again.
No. Tiny very focused.
Uh-huh.
He's tiny very, very focused.
Sure. Now, for those of us that know you, what's the problem?
Tiny, you and little snake is not tiny too much. Very happy. Everything. At moment. Everything. Friends alive, but friends very broke. Gex in prison, Water Lady in prison, Fog, pirates, maybe monster, made to rise up and be angry because a rock fell into foggy water.
Wait, what was that last part?
He explains that the situation about everything learned from Laszlo and learning about the rock falling into the fog and how that could be catastrophic. Did
Just
anyone
move the
look-
piece
myself,
and just
goddammit.
take your piece again before going on her own sentence of, okay, that is... We'll address that part later. But about the whole thing with your friends being alive, I mean, that should be a good thing, right? Now you can, if you want, go back to them, make sure that they're safe again, because I know if you could turn back time, that's what you would do again, right?
Tiny some time ago would, but Tiny is not that tiny. Tiny had to figure out a lot by herself. And with Rainy too, but Tiny had to figure out a lot by herself. This is what Tiny wanted for years. As he just moves another piece, but kind of like haphazardly. Tiny do not know. Too much happening at one point.
You just see her take your haphazard piece with upon before just... Look, Tiny, it's not that we're gonna get divorced, okay? Look, I'm happy with my rings. As she's gesturing to the engagement ring and a brand new custom-made bronze and gold twisted ring in the shape of two snakes that are basically biting onto each other like an eternal kiss, engraved in the yokai language of Auslan, with it just saying Tiny forever, Rainy together.
Someone splurged.
Tiny just seeing that ring always smiles at it. Tiny never doubt Rennie for that.
But here's the
Not
thing.
that.
I love you, Tiny, but at the same time, I know you love your newly found family. They were with you in a very important time. You thought they were dead. If you need to be with them, I'm not gonna stop you. You know this. I've ran a team before. Hell, I still run a team today. I just don't do it because I'm here with you and these fucking dumbasses below deck playing foosball.
Yes, but they are dumbasses, and one maybe smart ass.
I mean, Gex is nice and everything, but again, I'm not gonna stop you and you know this, so what's the real problem?
You know, Tiny is very, very. The word you tell is sentimental.
Yes.
As he then actually uses that haphazard movement he used earlier to actually capture a piece to possibly get him in a better position. Tiny is just afraid to lose friends too soon again. Tiny's not ready to go through all that. But Tiny knows Tiny has to be there for friends. Because right now, but Tiny do not want to leave Carousel either. Tiny put a lot of effort for new little goofball friends.
Honey, we're gonna be fine. First of all, Pete is gonna be devoted to you no matter what. He sees you as like his greatest hero. Second, Soleil is definitely not going anywhere. We have given her the time of her life in such a short time. Meliora, for some odd reason, is very fixated on staying if I'm here. I don't know why. I don't get it. She just says that. Flop, he's a...
Flop is flop.
Yeah, Flop is Flop. And Gex, he could have left at any time, but he chooses to stay. They're not gonna feel like you abandoned them if you just explain, because these are your found family members. Every last one of them. Bird cousin. Tiny green one that looks like a walking death machine. The handsome one with the big wide brim hat. And the emotionally repressed one that needs to see a therapist or get laid.
That last part very true. But his always Rennie is very right. As he just moves again the next piece.
I tried to be, and she slams on the last piece. Checkmate.
Wait, you cheat.
No. As she then just pulls you in to give you a sweet kiss.
Hey. But other things still bother Tiny. All these happen so strangely. I feel like meeting friends here is too convenient. I feel like trap. That's why Tiny always on edge right now.
Oh, that's because it is a trap, sweetie.
Tiny know it, but I didn't know what to say. Wait, what?
Well, I mean, think about it. You told us that this is, what, a lich fog?
Yes.
So, if I know anything about liches, not your grandparents, don't get me started on your grandma and grandpa again. I don't want to hear a 5-hour lecture about them again.
Okay, Tiny will make a fault and a half, okay?
Look, it's your grandparents, they're fine. They're sweet. I've never met them, but they seem nice. But unlike those two, there are bad liches. So if this is a lich fog, then definitely something bad is gonna happen. These pirates, they don't seem like they're just gonna let us go freely. They're fucking pirates from an era without honor. I've never even met the captain, and he seems like someone that would stab you guys in the back for just no other reason than you looked at him funny.
Yes, but that's a weird thing. He not do nothing to us yet.
Well, why?
Even no idea. And they requested not parrot, parlay. Tiny cut Tiny. They requested parlay. They accept Gex. They accept cousin book. Well, for some reason book, but very sentimental, understandable. And they took. And when we not pay attention, they take a little water lady. When they have power over us. They have so much they can do. They even know mad we took things. Which is weird, because pirates like things.
Something doesn't add up.
Oh, no. Tiny cannot do math, but Tiny can definitely tell they know subtract up. Down?
You're trying, honey. You're trying.
Is what all Tiny can do, but yes. Vovo very right about many things he's thinking. But he go about it too old Tiny way. He tried to do it too fast.
Maybe he's not thinking straight. Did something happen recently?
Tiny kind of briefly explains what he's only vaguely learned about the doll situation. And that's what happened. Seemed to be a very good person that happened to be there and then no more.
Huh. Well, I can't speak on that whole thing. You and Vovo should talk that out. But in the meantime, why don't you do what you need to do? I'll check in on our herd of idiots, and when you say it's time to move out, we'll know what to do, right?
Is all we can do. Or panic. But panic no fun unless it's fun panic, you know?
Oh, I do.
Okay. Well, good game. You for sure cheated. Because Tiny was distracted as he just pats his forehead. Tiny will win maybe one game this time out of the 400 game we have.
I look forward to it, honey.
Okay, now, quick question. What Tiny pants?
Oh, I was sewing them up. They got ripped again. You really gotta be more careful.
Okay, as he just stands up butt naked. Okay. Tiny will try, but make no promise, because Tiny very reckless.
I know.
Okay, now Tiny have to go find friends before Tiny lose mental adrenaline and go to night.
So as you're doing that and getting yourself sorted, say, Umi, are you ready? If not, that is perfectly fine. If you need some more time, then we will move to a different scene. Because everybody's comfort level is important. So, Dees and Volan.
Where's that cook?
as you both are now on the top deck surrounded by all of the lesser crew members. They're just shifting around. They gave you guys small glances before going back to their jobs. As you're starting to notice that you guys are still going uphill, up this massive fog bank, up said hill. There's not been a decline yet, as you're just climbing upward.
That's very difficult to track of. Do not envy their cartographer.
So
Still looking around for that guy.
I was gonna say, how do you guys try to get a hold of Laszlo? Because this is very important.
Well, one would surmise that the chef would be in the kitchen. No.
Make an observation check if you want to see where the kitchen truly is.
Didn't we run into a place when we initially got on the ship? But I guess that's not the...
That's the crew quarters kitchen. You guys are looking for his kitchen.
Observation.
I know Ann's observation is just the highest.
Right.
Mulliganing that shit.
God damn it.
Oh, much better. 23.
Okay.
22.
You both have +1 to your observation. I believe Ann's is now at a +7.
Yeah.
He's in Volan, just barreling down.
You're able to locate the true kitchen door as it is, heading up one of the stairs and then taking a sharp left to then see a very decorative steel door, but it doesn't have like knobs or anything. It just has a hook that you pull on, where as soon as you're opening it, this is where it gets a little bit funky for magical architecture, because it is a pocket dimension door opening to a 5-star registered kitchen with 9 different rows of people cooking, prepping, getting assortments together, plating, and all running in a systematic part that almost seems like it's like a more evil and kind of more cultish feel than the scenes from the menu when it was Chef Slowick running the kitchen. Just a variety of people. Yes.
So what you're saying is that it's bigger on the inside.
That is correct.
That makes things even more complicated. If I find 2 hearts somewhere, I'm going to be very upset.
You're a magic user, my dude. You know magic makes no sense.
Just as long as it's magic.
Still, as you're seeing an abundance of chefs working non-stop, you actually see one cutting the head of a massive fish. And I mean like massive. Like, this one would take up 1/3 of our real-world ocean kind of massive. Chops the head while briefly looking at you before going for the deboning and just dicing up the flesh. All the while, the very chef himself hears you coming before just clap to make everyone halt for a brief moment, then just say, hey, what's going on here? Why are you in my kitchen? What's going on here? Why are you in my kitchen? What's up? How are we doing? Why are you in my kitchen? Still with that Cheshire smile on his face.
Always with a smile. I was looking for you, in fact.
Me? Why?
Yes.
You hungry? You need some food? Why are you in my kitchen? What? Sit down with us. Wait, don't sit down. Let's talk right here. Say, what are you here looking for? Why are you in my kitchen?
All right. I'll get it out quickly. I have noticed that you have ample supplies of various ingredients. Fishes, meats, though you were low on cheese, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, do you raid ships for your supplies and food?
We used to. Last ship we raided had a very annoying waterman. Had to kill everyone in front of him to make an example before we took him as prisoner. Then I actually cooked and made him eat his friends for I think a good few years. It was a very, very enlightening experience to work with brand new anatomy, start learning more about the modern world, various things involving medical enhancements to make sure people live longer. Or is it that stupid Pandoria thing people keep talking about? I've lost track. Why are you in my kitchen? So, what else did you need to really know about the rating thing? Why are you in my kitchen? I just want to help you with all the questions. Why are you in my kitchen?
Inventive. How long ago was it that raid occurred?
That raid. As he starts to pick up fiddle and start one-hand juggling the sharpest kitchen knife with just 2 fingers. What year? Stops it literally as the blade tip hits his pinky finger. It would have to have been around 5 years ago.
5 years. And you've made those supplies last this entire time.
We have very good ways of preserving food on this ship. It was actually made for kings and queens before we stole it, so it has a lot of things that aid in our own affairs to prolong any of the supplies that we need.
Let's see. So, you have no other source of supplies apart from the occasional raid that you can't predict because you have no idea when people come into the fog.
Originally, yes. Then 4 years ago, the benefactor came into play. Very, very interesting individual. Started coming in as small wisps here and there, leading a lot of different things, leaving us a lot of different things across various different rift gates and whatnot. Then we met some other individuals to help with the benefactor. We've been in good supply for the last 4 years in such abundance that I don't know what to really do with myself. Why are you in my kitchen?
Fascinating. Well, I think that's all I'm going... Well, I do have one more question. If you would not be so kind as to indulge. Are you aware of anything that this ship sorely lacks that your captain would be vastly interested in?
What would my brother be missing? Well, he killed Mom and Dad. Killed his wife. Killed my wife. Then killed my husband. Then killed all of his kids. Then killed my son. Then he killed that weird old man. Then he got married. Then he made me chop out his wife's uterus. Wait, is he missing something? Nope.
Thank you very much for the information. I'll get out of your kitchen.
Thank you so much.
I'll leave you to it. And then Volan just waltzes out of the kitchen.
As you're doing that, Laszlo is eyeing down Deez as if he's measuring her for a culinary experiment. So Deez, unless you want to find out what that the glance leads to.
I'm just gonna wave by and then just follow Bull.
Damn it. Great. So, I think I've come to some very disturbing conclusions. Not sure what to make of this information, but Better share it with the others. Let's get off this ship before I sink.
As you're saying this, you see the green blur kind of go into play to see Tiny has come to the top deck.
God, wait. Why the hell is he so freaking fast? Tiny! What are
Yes.
you doing?
Yes, Ghost Ship. Tiny is just here.
Ghost ship! Tiny, I'm behind you. Turn around.
Well, of course the Ghost Ship would be behind Tiny. You are a ship.
Tiny, I am going to
Turn
throw
around.
DZ at you if you don't turn around.
Wait, the ship can throw these. Maybe Tiny really is lacking sleep.
D's hit him with something.
Wait, what?
I don't think that's a good idea.
It'll get his
You just-
attention.
As you slowly turn around, Tiny.
You're just like looking around on his height level. No, no D's. No angry voice. Tiny is very confused.
Look down.
He looks up.
Now you are just fucking with me. I'm going to kick you in the shit.
You see him chuckle. Okay. He looks west.
Why did we ever miss him?
Tiny now look south.
Oh, I know what I'm saying. He looks down. Oh, these. Why you not say these? Volvo. Why are you on talking ghost ship? And please be careful. Ghost ship want to throw. These are
D's,
very. Oh,
I must learn your secrets one day.
wait. These are secret?
Tiny, why are you on the ship?
Why are you? No, Danny asked you why you on ship first.
I'm gathering intel. Your turn.
Why? As he's like, why did Tiny come onto ship?
Have you seriously been running around on this ship at blinding speed for no reason whatsoever?
No, Tiny just got here.
Okay, but why?
Oh, Tiny wanted to look for you. Well, not Tiny find you.
Congratulations, Tiny.
Mission
We were-
accomplished.
Only phase 1. Phase 2, yacht or fly ship.
You know, that's actually a good question. Where are you? Bowen's trying to remember where everybody else is, on what ship they're on.
Amy right now is decompressing with Zalas in her cabin because she's had a rough time. She's trying to decompress where he's doing her hair because he's had time to learn how to braid her hair just in case. And of course, Umi is in prison, so
Well, as much as I would love to share things with Umi, I don't think we're going to be able to get there. So,
Of course not.
flagship then.
Okay. Do you want to ride or do you wish to just fly?
Right. What, you're proposing of carrying me? I'm pretty sure you would go so fast you'd snap my neck.
He just kind of reels back a little bit offended. Tiny may be fast, but Tiny is not that fast yet.
I can barely keep track of you with the speed that you're going, which, follow-up question, why are you so fast all of a sudden?
Tiny can explain, but Tiny does not wish to say it on Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship have ears.
Fine. Let's go to the flagship and you can tell me all about it. I'll fly D's, I guess, choose your transport.
I'll fly.
Okay, so you
That-
both.
And he's gone. God damn it. Let's go.
You
Bones
guys are
flies back to the flagship.
easily able to get to the Firebird, because saying the Vulgan can sometimes be a mouthful.
We know what you mean when you say Firebird.
Yeah. So, at this moment, it's just you, the three of you, having a whole big thing. But, before I jump into it, I'm just gonna do the courtesy. Snow, are you ready? It's been a rough few weeks, so I'm just gonna first give Snow the chance before jumping ahead. You guys understand?
Of course.
Yeah.
We want to hear what Snow's up to. Or Umi, I should say.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I might have something that can work.
You son of a bitch.
Why would that work?
She hates it when I do this. It's very close to one of her characters.
It's sadly true.
Growing. It's
Listen.
crappy Swiss cheese, too.
Fuck, man, what do you want from me?
No, it's fine.
I don't know, good cheese?
If Snow
Like
isn't,
Havarchi?
if Snow isn't ready, it's more than fine, guys. We'll get to it when we get to it, because it's a pretty epic thing. So,
Of course.
the three of you are now on the Firebird, on the top deck, away from all prying eyes, except for that one guy in the crow's nest who is just seeing you guys and not seeing you.
He's one of our crew, right?
No, the guy in the crow's nest for the Man of War.
Oh,
You guys are parked next to it, remember?
yes, that's right.
Hey, both so close. Oh, you're here. Good.
Yeah, sorry we took so long.
I need to ride out for a ride like all time, but no. But joke aside, can we talk in one room? Tiny do not trust person and bird. As he just
Yeah, I don't
looks at the
think
crow's nest. As he just looks at the person at the crow's nest.
Yeah, trust me, I don't like the prying eyes any more than you do.
It's
That's
just
my
a null
oversight.
pirate that's just with a spyglass, just looking at you guys every brief moment, then just... Alright, nothing here. Nothing here.
If he looks
Still
back,
no
Tiny's looking back with a pair of binoculars real quick. And is just giving him the I'm watching you finger movement.
Bones just giving the stink eye to him as well. Yeah, sure. I think my room isn't cluttered. Whatever. There's enough room. Come on.
Okay.
And Bone
He,
lead everybody to his quote-unquote bedroom.
Do you guys want to get Amatista involved?
yeah. Well, Tiny would ask if Cousin is available if she's not busy. Same with Bello if he's even around.
Well, Amatisa's just in her room, so all he has to do is knock, and she'll be like, "Okay,
You sure you're gonna be alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
But when you knock on Bellovax, it just opens, and it's just a perfectly made bed that just... It's dark from just him not being there.
God.
Oh yeah, Tiny. Below is under secret name.
Oh, okay. He just respectfully closes the doors, but leaves like a little note just saying from Tiny, he's just like, "Missed you. Talk later."
I can always give you his room later.
Oh, yes, Tiny can forget he has marble. Speaking of which, Tiny needs a marble number. Come,
I
am.
come.
As you guys go to Volan's cabin, like his room at the house, not really filled with anything. It's just bare bones. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't use it much for anything.
No book?
Well, there'll be some books around, but it's not nearly as like cluttered wall to wall as his home, as his place back on the islands. Most of them would be, honestly, near Blake, where he rests.
Who's just, after making some biscuits on some pages, just curled up.
Yeah.
Tiny would probably just get a couple books and start setting up a little sit area. And even a weird, like, little makeshift table, as he actually has brought the chess game with him.
Why would he bring up? You know what? Never.
He is a good thing to have to distract while talking and thinking. Also, Tiny need practice. Need practice to beat Rainy.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. Beat you. But before we do big talk about what Tiny wished to know, talk with you, Tiny just wished to know, since moments have calmed down, how everyone do?
That's a loaded question, Tiny.
He's loaded, but Tiny still need to know, because everything happened too fast earlier.
You've missed a lot. I'm not even sure where to begin, to be honest.
Tell what you wish to tell Tiny, because Tiny will tell you what you wish to know.
We got a few new members. One of them, unfortunately, is lost. We managed to do a single job in your absence, which took us to Old Altos. And that was a insanity and a half. But we came out of it on the other side relatively unharmed. Relatively.
I mean, that's how we lost our arms and got new ones.
I did say relative. Oh yeah, and we lost a few appendages too. And man, the details are they're just not in my head. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You seem out of Volvo. You all seem.
Maybe I am a little. The person who's no longer around. I feel partly responsible for it. Yes, I'm having trouble coming to terms with it.
At least you will say that. That is how Pete say first step. So you know things. So that's good.
Fortunately, get much in the way of that. At any rate, I don't know. Help me out here, Deez. Have I missed anything critical? Because I feel like I've missed something.
Oh.
Yes, cousin?
Or I'm Amatista,
Oh.
I'll take anyone.
Huh?
Am I missing something important? I feel like I've missed something important.
That our intel for people can no longer be intel for us. When it comes to the voice of the child.
Right, yes. We might have found or ran into one of the Voice of the Child suppliers. That whole train situation. They were getting a butt ton of weapons, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no good.
Yeah, never is good. We're not talking like a small operation. We're talking like enough gear to fight a war.
Do you think he's as big as what happened at Gala?
I wouldn't put it past.
It's gonna be definitely worse than the one at the gala.
Yeah, if our suspicions are correct.
Hmm.
But I imagine you might know a little bit more about the Voice of the Child's movements than we do, since what you were telling us before sounds like it was more of a main focus for you and your group.
Tiny was trying to do many things when Tiny think you all know more. But let Tiny think as I want to do a history check to see
Go
what
for
Tiny
it.
specifically remembers. Give me one moment. Oh no, this is bad. I forgot I had a -1 in there. I'm mulliganing that.
The mulligan force is strong with this one.
No, that was a -1.
Yeah, that's when you mulligan.
That's a lot better. That's an 18.
18.
Dice today, I'm telling you.
All right. Well, it wasn't like a DC. It was just a matter of, you know, how much you could remember. So I'm just gonna give you a +1 to your history, making it a 0, just cause.
Mm-hmm.
So as of now, when it comes to everything, you've done a lot, both from what Gabriel set up for you guys and when you came back with your mentor, where everybody has been trying to break up the networks little by little by trying to have Gex hack into the observation hubs that are secretly placed within each facility, which is why when everything explodes, there's the relay effect, where you are going over how Gex uncovered through the second or third explosion that there is a reverb that actually absorbs all known contacts, techniques, abilities, so forth and so on, that is relayed through the observation hubs, which, as you guys know, except for Volan, unfortunately, thanks to the dolls of Marchand, there is the observation hub network that the Voice of the Child uses on a giant scale. How it works, though, has not been uncovered until recently, where each hub actually does monitor movements, monitors people, monitors events, but when a facility tied to one explodes, it causes a surge of information to flood through. Everything becomes known across the board to where it reaches back to the high commanders, and the high commanders let the leader know of Bishop Razel himself. From there, you guys have just been hearing that Tiny and his friends have been demolishing as much from within, but never destroying them, because that feedback is so powerful, it can make sure that nothing is kept secret. Everything can be displayed, and with it, it becomes more dangerous for them. They've had agents come after them left and right, some of them being on high tier lists that make what you guys experienced at the summer gala seem like a cakewalk. They barely were able to pull through sometimes. Even when there was a dimensional attack going through where Tiny saw one of Zeke's children rip away Rainy and Pete, during which they were trying to summon through some monsters from a graveyard that just happened to go through a portal. Tiny has no idea what happened to them, but as soon as Rainy and Pete were coming back, he was about to get lariat hit by some guy that was about to just completely knock his head completely off, but thanks to Rainy and Pete's intervention, it was able to go through, but they still had no idea what happened to those undead people that were just summoned from the grave. And it all ties into how that last job left them a bit out of sorts, but they were going to go back to where they were going to do some debriefing and whatnot, and that's when the fog swallowed them up without warning. And they've been here for roughly about a week.
So yeah, that's why trying to be a little bit more cautious, yes, with everything that happened now, because
Bolts were
lot-
growing increasingly silent listening to Tiny's long explanation. No words in edgewise, not a single quip, just silent, staring at the floor, rubbing his chin. Think.
and that's why Tiny do not enjoy this pirate trap. Tiny already talk before Tiny went to find you to be like, if friends all didn't know, because friends already very smart and should know about trap and figure out why lich fog be trappy, why pirates be very slow, why want to let us out and do parley. But Tiny already know, friends already know.
I've only got theories, Tiny. I don't know anything.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Well, if it's especially made from a lich, wouldn't there be a lingering effect of it being lich magic of some sort? Like possession?
Tiny's eyes follow to Volan when he hears magic.
Bones is not remotely reacting. He's still back in thought. Magic. Well, magic is most definitely at work. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking, contemplating about everything that I have come to be aware of this last little while. Just doesn't bode well. But I suppose I should let you in on what I believe, and keep in mind, this is all theoretical. I don't really have much to support this, except for ancillary evidence from testimony from the ship's cook, what I've heard in passing, and what I was able to read up on the fog, which was a book in their library, so take it for what it's worth. I believe that the pirates are essentially being instructed to treat us differently, to get us out of this fog, to act differently around us specifically. And I think the person making them do it is their benefactor. And I do believe that benefactor is either the direct descendant or of a family line of the very lich wizard that created this fog. And if that's the case, we're going to have very little wiggle room on what we do. That includes maybe even being unable to get any of our companions back.
Not unless we fight ship for everything back.
Fighting the ship in the fog is out of the question.
Oh no, not in fog when we're ready to leave.
We would have to drag the man of war out of the fog for us to even have a remote fighting chance.
Hmm.
The ship is massive. I'm not sure if we are capable of it, even with both of our vessels. It'd probably be easier to try and lure them out, but again, they're being instructed to kick us out of here. I doubt those instructions extend to them leaving the fog themselves. We'd have to coax them out somehow.
Well, tell me what you've learned about the past.
Things that I know about the captain that I can reliably say for sure is that he is a psychopath. And he has completely lost it. He has zero remorse or regard. He's bloodthirsty and has zero regard for life. He has killed his own family. He has killed his extended families. He has killed people who have been close to him forever. He has either slowly lost his mind or has simply found the things that we hold dear to be utterly unimportant. When you live that long, unless you're a species specifically meant for a lifespan of such a long distance, any other short lifespan mind would literally drive itself crazy, existing for longer than it was ever meant to go. But despite that, despite me saying that, clearly does have his faculties, but I cannot even remotely guess to what his true priorities are, or if we have any kind of wiggle room in terms of negotiation. And it doesn't sound like there's anything obvious that he wants that we could provide him.
Hmm.
There's a lot of unknowns here. And unfortunately, I can't trust the intelligence that I can get off of that ship. Everything that's there, everything that people say is curated to only feed us a bare minimum, if anything at all, or obscure us completely. They had me completely fooled. I didn't think I was caught, but they knew. They caught me immediately. And instead of putting you all in danger, which I'm grateful that didn't happen, it was expected. They knew what we were going to do. They knew what I was going to do before I even did it. They're wise. Maybe not intelligent, but they are wise. Because they've been around for so long and experienced so much and have done this so many times. We really have to go out of our way to send them for a loop. Something that they've never encountered before.
Okay, so we'd be stupid.
If that worked, I think I would have solved this problem by now, considering all the mistakes I've made.
No. Volvo. Cousin may have already done something. Love you, cousin, but cousin may have done something stupid we could use.
You're
Are you talking about
referring...
me throwing a boulder?
Yes.
Yes.
They
That's
know
exactly
seem to.
what I said.
They don't seem to like the idea of their rules be broken. Maybe when time is right, we can break the rules for scare them out.
You're thinking of using that creature to force them out.
Maybe. He's very, what's the word? Suicidal.
Not if we're outside the fog when it happens.
And
It
not
won't.
not for this ship. For yacht. Because yacht is much smaller than your ship.
True.
And Tiny do not want a new friend and families to just go bye-bye. So,
No,
Tiny
if
say
somebody's going to do this, it needs to be small crew. What's the minimum crew you need to operate your yacht?
Easy yacht. So
Can it
maybe
be done by just one person?
DM,
Yeah.
just one person.
You guys kind of have one person operating it at all times, just one person drives, and then one person can be the lookout if it seems too hazardous, but it's all just automatic at the end of the fucking day. It's not like the Firebird or the Shadowhawk where it's a system of people. It's an automatic ship with everything that needs to be done can be operated by 1 to 2 people.
Well, then I have a follow-up question. Could it be done remotely?
If Tiny had gigs, maybe Rainy could, or one of the other carries know how to. Tiny, you know, Tiny with techno no go well.
I'll ask Rainy. Even if she says no, then I have a third question.
Is Tiny okay with losing the yacht?
Well, I was kind of hoping that one would be a yes without me having to ask.
Tiny have to remember if Tiny have warranty or no.
The goal is to bring the yacht back in one piece.
Tiny know, but Tiny know plans can go hiccup.
Exactly why I'm contemplating another thing, which, when it comes to the bare minimum of the operation of the ship, can it be done one-handed?
It could be done by person of one, yes, but I guess?
No, just, let's say hypothetically, there was a single person on board with just a hand to operate the controls. Could they still operate the ship?
If Tiny remember proper, it could be done by Otto, maybe? Otto Pillow?
Then I have a way of doing it without risking anyone's life. 2 ways.
Okay.
But there's a pretty good chance that you will lose the ship if we go through my plan, so let's talk with Rainy and see if she's got a better alternative.
Let's make this very simple as Tiny just starts dialing up Rainy. And just puts her on speaker.
Yes.
Rainy, Tiny's with a council, and again, like normal, we have very stupid idea.
I'm listening.
So I imagine the conversation would go that we elaborate what we've been thinking. To where Tiny follows up. But Tiny was wondering, do we have insurance?
I mean, we had to when we signed the papers to get this as our own.
Do we have policy for very stupid actions for being a venturer?
They don't make insurance for that.
So what happens if we go with ship bye-bye plan?
Well, if it was destroyed by a sea monster, if it was set on fire, or if a very fat man gives birth to a baby, not a woman, a fat man gives birth to a baby, we're covered.
So if we put it under...
Hey, fat man.
Well, you see, cousin, because I'm pretty sure we're related at some capacity. Reptile and bird and everything.
There's
It's just, there's this rumor that there's a really fat man, like 700-pound fat guy, giving birth from one part of his body. I didn't ask questions. I just signed off the insurance because I was like, I don't want no fucking 700-pound fat guy giving birth on our boat. That just seems wrong.
interesting to see where you draw the line.
Oh, right. Volvo, you need to get laid. You seem very uptight. You're making my husband stressed out.
Oh, thank you. Tiny forgot because Tiny would be very serious. And Tiny's just like actually giving you a serious look now. Is she right?
Rainy, Tiny, let me be frank.
No, you Volvo.
It didn't help.
Wait, what?
Moving on.
Your hand
No.
doesn't count anyway.
Wasn't
No.
referring to that. Moving on.
No, Rainy. He had more serious look than shame. Tiny think it happened.
I don't believe
Tiny
you.
Tiny lost a bit.
I don't believe you. There's no way,
Oh,
because
he lost that.
I still don't
Can
believe
we
you.
not linger on this?
It's just, I don't believe you. Cypher would have said something. She would have been all super giddy, because we're besties now. We talk on the Ice Stone all the time, so I don't fucking believe you, sir.
Unless
It wasn't.
Volvo
wasn't
had
her.
Reese. Wait, no, huh? Oh, Tiny definitely lost a bit. Ah, shit, did one bet. God dang it.
Volan, do I need to have a conversation with Cypher about you stepping out on her when she was waiting for you?
No. If I'm going to face that firing squad, at least grant me the courtesy to step into it myself.
I got my eyes on you now. I thought you were gonna be the good one. Now I hear you stepping out, just trying to be Drago Dong swinging on whoever the fuck you want. I can't believe
Okay, I'm
you.
gonna head this off on the pass right now. I was dead exhausted, couldn't move, and was literally dragged into it.
That's what they all said. I thought the sinful one was D's.
She is the simple one, but that's beside the point.
Wait, what were we talking about again?
All right, the trap. And
Automation of your boat. How far does it go? Can it be operated with one or even no people at all?
Oh, if Gex were here, we could just have it be autopilot no matter where we go. It's built into
Gex
its
isn't an
core.
option. Fucking. Well, Gex isn't an option.
wait, Rainy, Tiny might forget. Does Gex have it in a marble number thingy?
You should. It's programmed into, I think, his face.
You sons of
Hey.
bitches have had a way of contacting him this entire time!
Did you ever
Tiny
ask?
Tiny been stressed and no sleep.
I can't stay mad at either of you, but I really wish I could.
See, he may be slong donging, but he at least good man.
For the love of
I
fucking
mean,
God, I am.
don't believe if he's a good man if he's a Drago Dong slinging around, but we're gonna table that for now, because she was crying over you not calling her for like the last few weeks because she thought you guys had something real.
Tiny told you. But let's get our Volvo back before he blow brain cell.
Right, so
Far too late.
I will contact Gex. You guys just try not to do anything that will get us killed.
No promises.
Tiny just quickly informs her of the possible big monster plan if they're able to pull it off at the end of the transport, if nothing else happens.
Well, I guess we're gonna get that insurance money.
Eh?
Tell Gex
would
if
be-
there's any complications, I have a backup insurance plan that will still allow the ship to function.
Eh.
Volvo, please. Gex is like you, except a machine. We're fine. Click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click. Line disconnects.
She underestimates how buggy machines can get.
Well, don't be disrespectful. Not that you go sleeping around with tail waggy.
Okay. You know what? If you're going to continue to drag into this goddamn thing, I'm going to tell you all of it now. I
Maybe-
was more exhausted than you are because you can still walk around. And our little friend that is now missing, she dragged me all the way over to the ship's design hole. And Kit, who for some reason really likes me, I was literally left at her doorstep with our missing companion just saying, have fun. And then that's how it happened. I was not a willing or even active participant. I lied there trying to sleep. And yet somehow, apparently, I was amazing. There.
Well,
That's
you
all
like
of
to-
it.
you lied to Rainy, so good luck trying to convince her that is truth now.
I never lied. I never got around to saying it, and I wasn't going to hide it.
Well, Tiny's
Right.
proud of you, but also feel sorry for you. But now that Tiny has gotten you to let off some anger, because you need to express your emotion during this process, friendo.
When
Eh,
the
but-
hell did this planning session become a therapy session for me?
You know how Tiny said it was trap? Tiny meant it more one way. But besides Volvo, cousin these, how do? Because Volvo is still going to be Volvo.
Yeah, and I'm not the only one stressed out. Are you feeling any better?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody needs to be at their best. And
These?
you not being at your best is definitely worrisome.
What about small green friend? How you do?
Honestly, I think she's the one who's weathering this the best out of all of us.
Yeah, I'm
Well, right
doing.
now, she doesn't have her main distraction.
Yeah, that's true, she does.
Guys, Tiny's trying to listen to these.
Sorry. That was a hard stare.
Just everyone's just staring at these.
Sorry, just.
This is what happens. Everybody just stares at Deez until she finally says something. We pressure you into speech. With our big judging eyes.
Yeah, I'm doing fine for now.
Deez
Okay.
is a rock. And I mean that in a good way. Trust me.
No, these like steel.
Tiny.
What?
Never mind. I don't even know what to say or do about you.
What that mean? What that mean?
One day, perhaps At the end of your life, you will learn and discover what I mean.
You read too many book.
You need to read more books.
Tiny no read, tiny eat.
You could read. Even Deez reads. And that was a shock to me to discover.
No. Tiny be very serious. He consume knowledge. As he just pulls out a book that's actually partly eaten.
You were never invited into my library.
Okay.
I don't need you eating my actual books, but if you want to eat something, go eat the Pirate's Library.
No. Maybe moldy.
Oh, I'm sure a few of them are. Are you trying to tell me you can't stomach that?
No, Tiny is not. No.
Oh, come on, Tiny. It adds flavor.
He just gives you a look in horror like,
Well,
As
are
like-
you
as-
eating moldy books?
I am not eating What are you even...
You said it adds flavor.
Well, of course it does. Mold has a flavor. And it's not the flavor of books. I imagine. See that look on your face, Tiny?
no.
Yes.
But all seriousness. How do we want to be prepared in case things go wrong?
Hold that thought, guys. Because the moment that question is brought up is where a jerking motion comes into play that almost knocks you guys over.
That. What did we hit?
Oh, what it does?
Do you guys want to go to the top deck and see?
I'm flying up to look.
Yeah, let's
Is
go.
there- Is there a window or a porthole in
There is a
Volan's room?
porthole in Volan's room.
Tiny's just gonna take a quick peek through the porthole.
So as Amy, Volan, and Deej take to the sky, you, Tiny, get to just see from the porthole that the ship has stopped climbing. It is now literally atop of what seems like a fog-like mountain to see a gigantic energy rift just crackling nearby, with a small pool of black and silver waves just crashing through. The very portal itself gives off a small aroma that smells like the sapphire seas that you guys know from Isano, as it's just wafting from the rift.
Damn it, we're out of time. Alright. We're approaching our way out. Can I judge how far it is in relation to time?
You guys can do an observation check if you want to see how it is, or for those with a D&D sheet, that would be a perception.
My dice are on the fucking roll today. 24.
Add a +1 for yourself.
Can I roll something different?
What do you want to roll?
Can I roll like an intuition check to see how the ship, as like I'm coming up top deck of the Firebird, is currently like how it's settled?
You can do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your feet are actually on.
I'm using a mulligan.
Okay. And what was that roll? Because I heard that giggle.
26.
Add a +1.
15.
Me and
15.
D's just fucking rocking these right dice.
by the end of this whole campaign, Deez is gonna have the ability to see everything. Just 365 degrees.
We're gonna just call her the Goblin Observer.
And for your intuition check there, Tiny?
6, because I want to save my mulligan.
Okay. -1 for your intuition.
Shame.
So, the three of you, because the DC was 15, three of you do get to notice that... Woo! You guys see that the distance from how they're going to careen the ship down from the top to get to there, you guys would roughly have... Well, they're not going to strike the bells just yet, but you guys have a good amount of time. You guys don't know how many hours or minutes are here in the fog, but you have a good amount of time because it's a long sloop down, and the way they were climbing up precariously through the fog, it's safe to say they need to be careful. So you have some good amount of time.
All right. Let's hammer out the details quickly. We also need to set up whatever it is we do after that. And we should probably fly back down and let Tiny in.
Yeah.
He's just like looking over the railing. No suspicion. He just pulls out his binoculars to see if that one guy's still at the crow's nest.
He was there, but he is gone.
Colin just lands behind Tiny. What are you doing?
Very suspicious. Let's get
come
Tiny. Tiny was focused.
Are you trying to start the guy on the crow? Wait, the crow's nest is empty.
Yes, very suspicious. Oh, he fell. Tiny hope it kind of be second. Even if it was... Yes.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't have eyes on us. It just means that they don't have crow's nest eyes on us. We need to finalize this plan before we get to that portal.
Okay, let's say again, do it close by, but behind slightly closed door.
Alright, come on. Get on back. Shuffle back into my room.
Okay.
Colin turns to the group. Okay, so the plan that we have so far is that when we arrive at the portal, they'll likely just try and send us through, and then that will be the end of it. You'll have to transfer everything that's valuable on that yacht on board to our ship before we get there. And hopefully Gex will be able to activate it via his implants to drive the ship in. And how are we going to attract the monster? We've already thrown a stone overboard and didn't do anything.
There was the big noise that happened after we left, but
We need to really attract it. We need to guarantee this thing's agitation. When Volden read the book about the fog, were there any specific entries relating to the creature and its behavior?
Hold that thought.
Holding. Holding it tightly like I think I...
Okay. So, in the book, it does not say the name of the beasts that are there. It just goes into a lot of things about its creatures that dwell in power that is new but old. It is something that can only be approached and described by those that are from godhood. And as far as I remember, none of you guys are demigods as far as I'm aware of, so...
Closest would probably be Belivec, to be honest.
Well, he's a celestial being. There's a difference.
Like I said, the closest. Unless we want to count Deez's weapons.
Angels can't be demigods.
It's tangential.
One of Amatisa's fucking rages would be closer.
Probably, yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
D
right,
shot, unless D shot a holy bullet.
I mean, the campaign's still young. These could hypothetically make holy bullets.
Yeah, bullets with radiant damage aren't that unusual.
When one of her smites through one of her guns can be considered that?
They could.
Yeah, you can smite ranged weapons. So, yeah.
Oh no, she has a ranged smite, remember?
Yeah,
Oh. Well then, there you go.
That's one of our options, possibly if Anne wants to put that forward.
But that's just to comprehend the beast. To summon it, you guys just don't know. It's not written there for a summoning per se.
What a shocker. The vital piece of information is omitted. Then we can only go off of the rules that they gave us, which is don't toss shit overboard.
Do we have things we know care to, just here overboard?
What?
Just pick a big thing, we push it off, and we move big monster over here. Maybe.
Well, okay, but what big thing?
Do we have big things no one need?
Captain,
What?
do we have big things that we don't need?
I think we would have to ask our crew because I don't have another boulder I'm willing to part with.
I suppose that's fair. Who on the crew would we even ask? Would it be... No, I don't know.
You guys got your list of who's in the crew right now?
Great.
You got Mardani, Sombros, Zala, one of the Hagmakers, I can't remember his name, but yeah, Zarin. Am I forgetting anybody else?
Kane.
Yep, Kane.
Oh, and I think Dr. Nameri, but... You know.
Yeah, no, she's not worth remembering.
I never said that.
That's all you, but
She already hates me. I can't make things worse.
I don't think she hates you.
She doesn't like me.
She's indifferent to you.
Yeah. If she didn't like you, there'd be other problems going on there.
But you guys can approach any of those people. I mean, I know you guys have never approached Kane before, if that's an option. So, there's also that.
I mean, Bowen's going to ask every crew member one by one if he has to.
Tiny
So, might as
hears
well start with Kane.
Tiny hears Zarin is like, Tiny want to go visit Redman. It has been a long time.
Before you do that, Tiny, you should also check your own yacht to see if you've got anything big that you can part with that we can use as bait.
Tiny just quickly text Pete. Can you check to see if we have big thing we don't need or anything that can make a big boom under fog?
Without even wasting a second, he replies, "Already on it! Looking now!"
Okay, Tiny got the cover.
your people are very enthusiastic when it comes to explosives.
Well, if we can do splash and hope for bait, why not make explosion bait? Catch attention.
We want to catch its attention, not potentially kill it. Mind you, I don't think we're capable of killing it, but still, best to err on the side of caution.
So
If we go kill...
So while the brothers are having their whole conversation, Amy's knocking on Kane's door. Where it just slowly opens to a pitch black room where only his glowing eyes are present. What do you want?
We're looking for something big that we can toss overboard.
Toss overboard for what reason? Also, when did the giant green giant join the crew?
Tiny? He's been part of the crew for a while. He's just...
I've never met this man a day in my life.
Probably because when we faked our death, we got separated.
Still, I've never met this man a day in my life. Because, fun fact, Tiny never met Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think we already dropped off his daughter when it came to school.
Yeah, but now she's back with you guys on the island because it's fall break. So anyway,
There's a picture down below that we're trying to lure.
nice. Give me a second. As he then you see the eyes vanish into the darkness before you guys slowly start to see I don't know how else to really describe this, so I apologize to all Dragon fans out there. What you see is, as it's slowly coming out of a very beaten and tattered bag of holding, is a glimpse of a preserved black dragon's head. Not dragonborn, a black dragon itself's head.
You are not forgiven.
Question, DM, is this like something that was still considered like detached from the alive creature, or was this more something that was turned into like a trophy?
Oh, this is one of the many things Rabbit has taken a trophy of over his years of being an elite assassin. That's just been sitting in one of his bags of holding that he just slides out from the shadows of his room before sitting back to where his glowing eyes were. He's purposely hiding his form.
Bolin's just grumbling.
Would this be big enough?
Feels slightly mocked.
I'll
I think
take
it's
your
big enough.
prejudices somewhere else. I'm no fucking saint. I've killed, and I've killed, and I've killed. What do you want me to go to? Some fucking temple and pray to the gods for forgiveness? Fuck them. I did what I did, and I don't regret it. So shove it with your fucking, I don't know what, Volin. It was a job.
Just because I feel something doesn't mean it's a judgment on your character.
Captain Kaishin, the dragon head is yours. I don't fucking need it.
Well, thank you.
It's certainly big enough. Are you able to carry that thing?
Are you gonna take it out of the bag to carry it?
Amethysta just does it.
Yeah, it just lifts it.
So
Just one arms that shit.
I'm just gonna point this out to you guys. The dragon's head is bigger than Kane's room. It is also bigger than the ship, where it will rip through the door and break through to the top deck.
It's in the bag of holding right now.
Okay, I was about to say.
But either way, she's the one carrying it because we all know Volan's gonna be not wanting to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
No, I was like, I know you guys are epic now, but you guys still can do property damage to your own stuff.
Yeah, we'll break our shit after we don't need it.
Friendly fire is an option.
I just had to make
last
sure
resort.
you guys were very, very clear with me about what's going on, because I wasn't gonna be like, okay, well, Kit's gonna probably have a heart attack and kill someone about the repairs is gonna be need to make on these things.
Just have me be the messenger.
I thought you wanted to get out of the doghouse.
I think death would be a quicker release.
I don't think you're going to be able to get out one way or another, buddy.
Exactly why it won't matter.
But you're able to carry it from the bag of holding, where as you guys are on the top deck and pulling it out to where it just almost makes the Firebird crash down from the weight of the dragon's head. You guys also see there's a shit ton of things in there. There's like old warriors, like some actual giants, like limbs, kind of giants, a huge basilisk, a few behirs, one of
All of these are dead?
Oh yeah, all these are dead, including like a preserved Tarask. One of the original Tarask has a corpse floating in this bag of holding.
This motherfucker just handed us a bag of trophies.
Well, in all fairness, again, like you said, it was just a job. So I don't blame him for bringing trophies, but sometimes you need proof.
Hey, I don't blame him for anything, even killing Dragon. I may not like it, but I'm not going to disparage him for having to do what he had to do. He blew up at me because I thought I was judging him. I'm not. If anything, it's a demonstration of how damn good he
would be
is.
enough?
Yeah, the head'll likely get some kind of attention. Nothing else will probably accidentally hit whatever's down there.
Something left to keep on the teeth, but
Wait, follow-up question. Is this gigantic skull capable of sitting on the hull of the yacht? The yacht is smaller.
It is smaller, yes. It will probably have it crack after a couple of minutes, though.
So we will have to... Oh god, who will be able to take the skull out and throw it overboard?
Technically, because I know the roster as well as Fluff here, because we made the carousel together, it would be Pete or Soleil if it wasn't Tiny and Rainy.
Wait, follow-up.
Hmm.
Can't we just open the bag of holding, turn it upside down, and let the objects fall out?
If you guys want to, I'm not going to stop you.
Then we don't have to worry about who's carrying it, because the bag of holding doesn't, distributes weight in its pocket dimension. It's never any heavier despite how much you shove into it.
That is correct.
If anyone can carry the bag of holding, just hold it over the side, turn it upside down, shake, and have the trophies just fall into the abyss until we get the monster's attention.
Yep.
So yeah, it really doesn't matter who it is. Even my backup plan will work in this regard. Because I'd rather not have to risk any of the crews on either side on this plan.
True. But, man, I had to wait until either I got Snow's permission or until it hit 9:36 to do this. Because I wanted to be fair. But it has reached 9:36. So, who's ready for something that, might be an issue?
Oh dear.
Not us.
What about you, Fluff? You ready? I'm pretty sure he's doing something, but I'm sure he's ready.
God.
So while you guys are tending to all of these plans and whatnot, very strategically, very calmly, very adult-like, almost like you guys are coming together as a team who has gone through so much together, that Gabriel would be so proud of you all. There's an explosion inside the Man of War.
Oh, son of a bitch. What section?
You do not know.
Can I see it from here?
All you see is the top deck rattling while it is trying to careen downwards, but you can tell from said explosion, the rattle is making the ship slide down faster.
Shit.
Slide down towards the portal or slide backwards?
Slides down towards the portal.
Wait,
Okay.
isn't that a good thing?
Do you guys see in the VC the D100 I had to roll?
29.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a bad thing.
Tiny's calling up Rainy immediately, telling them to detach the ship from the goddamn Man of War and get any loot ready in any bag of holdings or portable hulls to come up to the Firebird if we have to bail out on the yacht.
We can't do that, sweetie. We're too tied up. I'm gonna have to drive this thing.
Fuck. Okay, get Pete and others to get ready if we need to abandon.
Okay, but what the fuck just happened?
We do not know. Explosion happened when we're ready to start making plan.
Line goes
Cousin.
dead afterwards.
Cousin, is it possible to chase after with the storm, bro?
Can you say that without his voice, real quick?
Can you see if we can get the Stone Bros to follow after?
Yeah.
Well, easy enough to detach the anchor.
Yeah.
So, Zhuque, upon Amy's orders, is able to draw back the ship to try and see if they could interlock your guys' anchor with the yacht to try and get them into a better position. But this is where the stuff I was saying could make a problem happen get very interesting. So, Tiny, as you're trying to have everything go according to plan of just like, come on, Rainy, Pete, and everyone cannot die. Tiny not have the... All of a sudden, you guys hear his eye stone go off, but he is hyper-focused to make sure his wife and his party does not end up dismantled. Who would want to take Tiny's eye stone to see who's calling?
Dibs.
Okay.
All yours. Nolan's got his own focus.
Amethysta takes his ice stone and looks at it.
It's just labeled G1.
G1.
As soon as you answer, all you hear is a group of people just rushing through with blades slashing, gunshots being heralded, and many people screaming as just a very familiar voice just picks up of, Mr. Vivi, I may or may not be trying to finagle things. We need to make a quick exit from the plan that both worked and failed at the same time due to, well, organics being organics and did not want to listen to my brilliant plan.
Keep busy. I can relay the message.
Oh, you're the bird person. Very nice, very nicely.
Boom, snaps out of it. Gex!
We are in a slight kerfuffle where the entire crew is trying to keep us boarded down here. We may need a quick exit, because part of my whole body has been shattered to pieces where I cannot focus all of my best magics. The one known as Umi is a little bit on the hectic side, and her father just turned into something that I think is going to cause more problems.
Bolin's about to jump off the side of the ship.
So, please, assistance.
Of course.
You won't even have to wait a minute. And he jumps off the ship, shooting towards the vessel.
Just flying upwards to go.
He's going through that hole.
There's no hole on the outside. It's just you go to the top deck, and then it's just hearing the.
He'll fly through the entire thing.
Oh, listen, you don't have to do that much. There's just swords clashing, people screaming from just the deck below.
So he's able to navigate through the chaos?
Do you feel confident going into a no-holds-barred, everyone will attack everyone environment?
Confident that I can fly above it, most likely stay out of their sight while they're busy trying to kill each other.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at everyone at the table and just emphasize, I did not twist Strider's arm on this.
I know you didn't. He did it to himself.
So, Laurel and Fluff, I did not twist his arm about this. You guys are my witnesses.
You have a future bot for this.
Before we go further,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna DM you something and you just tell me yes or no.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I didn't give you guys enough of a chance to try and stop.
No. We respect everyone's choices at this table. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I did a setup, but I didn't hear anybody react, so I assumed everyone heard me and just let me go.
I delay. My brain delays.
Okay.
Laurel's having a bleh day, so...
And
Not
I'm
that.
okay with...
Not that, Laurel.
I'm okay with saying that I didn't do that and try to mulligan the action if I acted too quickly.
Yes, that is the one. That is the one. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So, make a stealth check, but I will say, since it is hectic, I will give you advantage this once. Only this once.
I'm glad you did, because the second roll was a crit. You beautiful dice, you've been so kind to me.
You know, you add 2 to your stealth if it was a critical success.
Yeah, die. Just...
Okay, so as you are trying to carefully glide above, you narrowly avoid, and I've had to count this up so many times, you're narrowly avoiding 913 sword slashes and bullets in conjecture at the same time, trying to navigate everything while flying above it. As you see Gex having these divine weapons in each hand, slashing through several people, even cutting one of the bullets in half before slamming down a radiant-like fist down onto someone onto the decks, and then constructing a radiant weapon to form into a gun, and then actually blow someone's brains out from just one radiant bullet.
Yeah, take radiant bullets.
As there is just a surge of water surging upwards, as God, I wish Snow was okay enough to hear what was going on, because this is really epic. Umi
Same.
is slowly being showcased as you're seeing a water djinn. Not a half djinn like water genasi's naturally are. No, an actual water djinn stomping through with several people being swallowed up by its own massive waves of water as Gex is running as fast as he can away from the surging water coming through. He doesn't even see you with that critical success, but you don't want to be in this deck of the ship as the water is rising.
Am I able to swoop down and snatch him out of the path of the rushing water?
With a critical success, you can, yeah.
All right, then I'm going to do that. I'm clearing him out of the line of fire.
Able to
Line of water.
swiftly get him and get him to the top deck where he's just... He takes a small moment and then just registers, then finally sees you of... Oh, you do care.
Dwell on it later. Where are the other two?
Well, that was the whole thing. Her father turned into that, and she clung on to her father.
He's too big for me to get him out.
That does not sound like my problem.
It's gonna be your problem in a minute if you don't help me figure it out.
They will be fine.
By the way,
And-
Amethysta did not hang up.
No, Amy didn't. Gex did.
So
Amy
she-
just called him back just because Bolin dove off.
Oh, hold on. Yes.
What?
Do you guys
Oh,
need any
she's
fucking
cool.
help down there?
Down.
Yeah, if you want to join us, I'm not gonna say no.
Is she having a trouble with the directions today?
Look, we can't all process things as fast as you can, Ting can.
Well, Bolin, before I could say anything, you fucking nosedive off, and I'm halfway in the air with Tiny's phone.
Look, time was of the essence. I'm sorry. You can be mad at me about it later. Umi's dad is on a rampage on the lower decks and he's filling it full of water. This thing's going to sink if we don't either alleviate the water pressure inside or otherwise.
Like, Oh,
He's
dear.
gone full djinn. There's a water djinn down there. He and Umi are
Okay.
wrecking the place.
Can we have
Okay,
this
yep.
conversation when I'm not being carried, please? This is not very preferable for my whole being.
What would it be? Shame? Pride? Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Well, it's more of my comfortability. I'd like my feet on the ground, thank you.
I put him down.
Okay.
Better.
As he looks over to see that the yacht is slowly being detached, with Amethysta flying up to you guys.
We had a whole plan figured out. What in the world happened?
By the way, I rolled stealth just in case I needed to, and I got a 22.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
So Gex just goes over the plan where details will be more fleshed out in a solo thing I'll be hosting up with Snow. But the basis that you guys will be getting is that Gex used the mystical birds that he created prior from just scanning all of Ametista's feathers to create some... They're more or less just mystic canceling birds to give them ample time to break out all of the people from the holding facility. That was the whole big plan, to then make sure that they broke out without any of the pirates knowing, because at least they could maneuver in secret. And then...
Almost stunned on how terrible a plan that is.
At least my plan came with 0 casualties, and then...
My plan only came with 1.
I failed to see how your plan was better. Anywho, then certain things happened. Then Umi's father turned into that, and here we are.
And then I will highlight how my plan is better, because that would not be happening with my plan.
Oh yes, the giant water djinn destroying most of our problems, involving a ship that would have killed us all, is definitely something that would have been better with your plan of being a martyr.
And there's only a possibility of me being a martyr. But that aside, what about all the people who are going to drown down there?
By the way, this is when Amethyst scoops and lightly taps both of them upside the head before he keeps going. No fighting.
It's how we work through things.
Yeah, you guys can go into marriage counseling later.
Not happening. Look, alternates. We need to either calm the djinn down or alleviate the water pressure. Solutions.
Well, after which Gex decides to open up his chest a bit to do something that I know Fluff is going to be angry at me for. I had to pre-roll for this last week. So, Gex is going to overclock himself to let out an ethereal beam that shines twice as bright as his radiant techniques, that carves through the bottom of the ship to have the water come out like a geyser that spits out some people before they start to drown, but also starts to level out the ship to where it's not going to careen haphazardly. The problem being that after overclocking, Gex is just out on his feet.
Oh, sure, give me shit about being a martyr. I'm gonna fly down and see if anybody who's flowing out is a prisoner. I am going to attempt to catch them before they fall into the fog.
Oh, you don't have to worry about them falling into the fog. Remember, this man of war is 8 times the size of your ship. If they fly out, they're just going to hit the top deck.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're under them. Okay, fair enough. I guess I won't have to do that. Well, then I could stay there and give him shit for that. Oh, so you call me a martyr as a problem, but you pull it off anyways, you giant metal hypocrite?
He has no response. He is shut down right now.
You wake up, I am smacking you. We have to check below deck, see who's there. Make sure that Umi and her dad are safe.
I just now realized I pretty much made my own motherfucking Studio Ghibli moment with the giant djinn beneath, almost like either Princess Mononoke or motherfucking Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. I just had that hit me.
Man, I wish I saw either of those.
Oh, those are the best.
I've seen a lot of Ghiblies. I just haven't seen those ones.
I was thinking of Ponyo.
Oh yeah, with the
Oh yeah, Ponyo's one. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Oh yeah, that's the visual for this.
With the water that comes to life trying to... Yes, that too.
Yes, I'm trying to find. Are there any gifts about that?
Oh my god. So, everyone flying out is sadly a mixture of both. There are prisoners that are being splashed out, still with their chains, but there are also pirates that are just like...
Well, they'll owe us their life afterwards. Maybe that'll get them to sense of sense. Volan's more focused on trying to find Umi and her father, though.
Oh, they're fine. They're still below deck. But here's the bigger problem. The ship is still surging super, super fast, where, for physics lessons for a lot of people, high velocity, when it also hits the water, is like hitting concrete.
We're still inside the fog, so the ship can still maneuver in the air.
Your ship.
So we're just in... The Man of War is just in freefall?
The Man of War is rushing super fast at high velocity. There is water where the rift gate is opening.
We're basically careening to a brick fucking wall.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
with that Man of War.
Yeah, so Volan turns to the others. We've got two options. We either evacuate everyone on this ship before it hits, or we slow it down.
We're gonna still need to slow it down, even if we are evacuating the ship, just to give us more time.
Fair enough, but we're going to have to maneuver the ship to be able to do that. Captain, on your orders.
All right. I'm gonna guess it's like going bow first into the
Yes.
water.
Yeah, it would have the heaviest part would start pointing towards where they're falling. It's usually the front.
All right. Volan, you try to grab anybody that you believe is worth saving. I don't care. I'm going to try not using as much force as I can to level this motherfucker out.
Don't forget to use the ship to help you.
I will.
And Volan
Speaking of-
flies off. His number one priority, of course, is Umi and her dad to get them off the ship and onto our top deck.
Speaking of the ship,
Yeah.
since I imagine Deez and I are still top deck.
You guys are still on the top deck of the Firebird, yeah.
Hey Deez,
Yeah?
are you ready to play Lita real quick in Panic Moment?
No time for
But I
panic!
guess I don't have a choice.
No. As you see Tiny get serious. This is your crew. Since cousin Amy is not here, Tiny will help you give orders, but you need to tell him. Okay?
Okay.
Volan will land in front of them and quickly relay the basic semblance of the plan, which is to try to level up the ship and slow it down with the
Yes,
assistance of that ship.
Yes, Tiny was getting to that. You need to call all hands on deck to get various things to snap and pull ship back. Because again, this is your crew, more than Tiny.
Volan just smirks and then flies off, trying to rescue more prisoners.
So, Volan, can you do me one favor?
What can I?
Can you roll an observation check for me, please?
Oh, my observation better pay off now. 19?
19. So, Notice, guys, I didn't say anything about, like, any big important pirate members at any point.
Yeah.
Probably because they're okay and very, very pissed right now.
So, Volan, with a 19 of observation, as you're flying as fast as you can, as you're just halfway back up, you're seeing that the cannon doors are opening.
Ah, shit. Oh, no, you fucking don't. I charge up a fireball.
Okay.
Hopefully it's enough. Alright. I will use my 5th level slot to up its damage ratio. And it's a... I will be throwing it at a DC 15 for Dex.
DC 15.
Yeah, to hit the ship. I'm not sure if the ship can dodge me or not.
Well, I have to sadly have the ship use its legendary action to just disperse it.
Oh, there goes my 5th level slot. But hey, at least I know. Then Volan quickly turns back and calls, "Guys! Evasive maneuvers! The ship's gonna fire!"
Does anyone else want this to be worse?
No.
No.
The dice are like, too bad! Because I heard that jingle jangle.
No more clickety clack for the DM. Hand your dice over.
No. So,
Damn it.
for Amy able to do what she needs to do and sees Umi and her father as her father is slowly calming down with the water receding where he is collapsing in exhaustion. This is where things are going to get crazy because I have to pause the ambiance music for everyone at home real quick.
When I hear a roll initiative, I'm going to be so pissed.
Footsteps echoing.
Oh.
Each footstep sounding like a chorus of madness, despair, anguish, and woe. With each step, it then just keeps echoing forth, bringing forth a dark pressure that slams down across everything. Brings the ship to slowly start pulling back, but makes the Firebird almost start to slowly be pulled into a gravitational pull, like it's about to slam into the Man of War. The very yacht slowly feeling like it's crumbling with people screaming. Footsteps continue. They keep getting closer and closer as you only start to see at first just black boots, black gold trimmings. Soon joining it, regular puffy light brown pants, then go with dark brown vest with a navy blue blouse shirt with transparent skin that are laced across a purely silver and gold like skeleton as a man steps out with long transparent hair and a ponytail, armed to the teeth with various weapons, approaches to look upon you, a worried Umi, and a rapidly in a terrible state Umi's father in the crew quarters. Oh my, Seems I done told them that there's gonna be some problems that we done need to get really sorted through before we hit that rift gate.
Am I close enough able to be able to land near the group to assist?
You're busy trying to outmaneuver the cannon fire that's about to start hailing like crazy. But you also gotta remember, you could either rush there, rush to your friends that need you on their ships. So food for thought on that for you, Volan.
Give me some time to think about it.
No problem. Back to you, though, Amy. As the man slowly steps forward, he just stops, take a good look at you to then just state, "Oh, well, now this ain't fair. No, this ain't fair. No one done told me that there'd be Obsidian's offspring on this ship. Now,
I'm not that man's offspring.
either way, child, I do not take anyone's sloppy seconds for choices. Although, as he then just touches his skeletal physique to then just have the transparent skin turn into rose peach skin, to then have glowing green eyes radiate from the eye sockets. It's a great pleasure to start to see that the rumors of what Kashan said is true. You idiots are alive.
All right, made my choice. Joining my friends.
You are really taking your time there, Vol.
I had a lot to weigh.
It's true. There's a lot to weigh right now.
Hey, Beast.
Yes,
Could I make a jump?
you can.
Cool.
Do you want to know what would happen, though, if you did?
Sure. Always like information.
Roll a d20 for me.
I will
Is this-
intercept him midair.
Is this just like a hypothetical D20, or is this
No,
like
no,
if
no.
I do?
If you're doing this, roll a d20.
Can I get a before I fully decide? Can I get like a overview on my situation for like play space wise before I fully jump in?
Right now, the Firebird is being hurled around like how our planet is around the sun, and the yacht is being crushed bit by bit by a dark pressure.
So gravitational forces are at work right now.
Oh, yeah.
Then never mind.
Are you sure? It's not affecting you guys, it's affecting your ships.
But you know why I want to do what I want to do.
That's why I'm saying, if you're doing this, roll a d20.
Let me turn my light on. I'm doing this. I'm gonna mulligan this 5 away.
5
I
I can work
don't-
with. You don't need a mulligan.
Okay.
So as you just yell out to D's, whatever you're gonna yell out to D's, Green Team got their own synergy. I'm not gonna
He
say
would just tell her you're in charge in his usual accent.
So as you're leaping to just try to get to the ship, as it's swinging towards the bow, as you're trying to grab the figurehead, you're then just sucked away into a small fabric of reality. Before I address that, back to Ametista with this peach-skinned man with intensely glowing green eyes. His very
Can he walk
steps.
through walls?
Hmm?
Can he walk through walls?
Possibly. You don't know.
I hate. God damn it, Laurel. God damn it.
My
had
sibling,
to.
everyone. My sibling. I love them dearly. As they're approaching with the pull being a little bit more intense to where, with each step, Umi's dad is coughing up blood. But also, everyone's life force is trembling. Even Umi's aura is locked shut. He then just stops mid-stride, where as he's looking at you, Ametista, you try to feel if your powers are there, but much like Umi, you can't even feel your primal fury surging to the top of your brand new awakening berserker powers. You feel like you can't use anything. In this moment, the man just smiles before stating, "This is going to be quite the hassle for me, but I've been told to not interfere with you children or your simple crusade. Bishop Razel wants to pay the favor back for allowing his shipment on the train to go without a hitch after all. So I will simply say this. I will not be the one that will be your undoing today. Call it a favor repaid for allowing Phase 3 to go without any issue. But I will not say you will not go unchallenged. At least, not in the case of..." And before he could finish, just coming from the rift, already armed to the teeth, is Tiny. Just slamming down with whatever weapon you want to have drawn out. I do not restrain it.
Channeling sticks, and they're in their aether. They're been randomed.
Okay.
So let me roll 2d100 real quick.
Cool, cool, cool. What's up, Strider?
Oh no, I'm just predicting how this will go, and I don't like where my mind is going. Don't mind me.
7 and 24, I believe.
Those should both be sharp weapons, I believe. But double check with your subtype stuff, obviously.
I don't believe the Fantasy list has like specific notes for that.
Oh, for the time being, we'll just list them as sharp weapons and see if we can address that in time.
Yeah.
But, since he couldn't finish his statement, just automatically sensing you behind him, just...
Yo!
Tiny!
How are you out?
How is anyone doing anything? You know, honestly, when I said that in the mirror this morning, I thought that would actually be more impactful, but, As he slowly turns around to greet you, where the transparent hair before becomes a chestnut brown with black streaks to greet you, as he just gives a devil-may-care grin of, "Dear boy Tiny, I said we'd meet again now, didn't I?"
You were still in dream with friend Emma last seen.
Oh, oh, so angry, so motivated by rage. Where's that goofy, lovable dumbass that would be wandering through the dream planes, talking about, "Oh, my poor goldfish, oh, sweet goldfish, oh, Nana's gonna be punishing me, oh, I've just been such a naughty boy." Where did that one go, I wonder?
When you play Tiny for Fatal and Fool.
And I still see nothing has changed. Say, the water girl is new, but I remember the bird one. Seed of obsidian. I could just dispatch them right now. Make this even more interesting.
You have no reason to.
Of course I don't. It's not time yet.
You're damn fine.
On whose authority? You? Please, Tiny. We both know how this will end. You strike me. I slaughter you. These idiots think they have a chance to strike back at me. We do this whole song and dance, and then they die. Why do the obvious?
Why do you think no Tiny no can outpower you? That's why you send underling to fight Tiny just for own entertainment last time on ship.
It is true. I did. For sport. But even still, you need to grow. You need to learn. Frankly, I think these fools have served our purpose long enough these last 4 years. You can dispatch of our trash, and hey, if you want, you can take whatever remains. Call a day. Extra thank you.
So you benefactor, no wonder it smell like shit.
Yes. And your friends did a great job for us by letting us get the cargo we needed. So we're gonna call this even. As he then just walks over to gently tap you on the face.
One day you smug become my throne.
Oh, I look forward to this. Either way, Amethysta Silver Crown, new girl, we'll be keeping an eye on the two of you and make sure Dragon Boy doesn't go wandering off too far. He has someone waiting for him as well. As he starts to slowly walk away, to just drag everything of the pole back with him, to then disperses from all of the darkness to have everything settle. Ship careening at a normal pace, Firebird no longer rotating. The yacht just cracked in places. Fluff, do you want to tell everyone at the table who this individual was?
I don't remember his name fully. I want to say it was Critias.
Yes, his name is Critias Todd.
For those wondering how Tiny knows this lich, and the constant mention of someone named Emma and a dream world, during my own solo session, this was a gentleman that was running his own smuggling slash more indentured servants to the future. But,
Fluff, you're kind of eating your mic.
oh, I am. Let me switch over to PC real quick.
I got you, Fluff. I got you while you switch over. So, Critias Todd is a lich that was imprisoned within the Dreamscape. Tiny met him by accident during the Summer Gala. in this whole thing, he met an interesting species woman by the name of Emma. Critias himself had indentured servants. He also had people he was taking captive more and more. Tiny could not beat him and sent him on his way to where he kept looking for a friend named Emma on the day that you guys were doing stuff on day 2. Hence why the babysitters were trying to get him to calm down, because he was looking for Emma. He never found her. Since then, he did not know anything until now to see that not only is he with the voice of the child, but the fact that he knows obsidian means he's one of the new high commanders.
Yeah. And because Tiny could not save a number of people, that thanks to just a little bit of fun and having almost a near endless elixir supply, Tiny more or less hand-delivered a lot of those people to Critias himself, which is what he considers his first failure as a member of the council. And he still lives it down to this day, to where seeing Critias outside the dream plane is very troublesome to his psyche.
So I will say for Amatista, meeting a member of the High Commanders that took away so much from you, how did that feel?
On the outside, she's not showing anything, but on the inside, you can tell if you look in her eyes in a certain way, you can tell, like, there's a lot of anger and a lot of upsettingness.
I get that. Even still, I will only state that for now, everything is quiet. The ship is still moving. The pirates and the prisoners are stuck in a daze for the time being, but the cannons are still outward. In this moment, what do you guys as a team want to do?
Bolin does a sharp whistle, both to get everyone's attention and so that he can cast Healing Word on Umi's dad, try and stabilize him.
Okay. Good to know.
Tiny's just
And-
going.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Umi's dad will be healed by 20 seconds.
Good to know, because he was in the negatives.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Tiny's going around blitzing, knocking at many of the pirates that would have. Actually, no, he's pissed. He's just killing them straight off. That way, they don't have a chance to recover if they were under the employment of Critias.
Fair enough. You've effectively killed at least 47 that were in a daze in the crew quarters without blinking an eye.
Damn it. I really wish you would be focusing that on a more important target, but whatever, I'll take it. Victory's a victory.
But he would go back to Amethysta at towards the end of his do we still go with plan or do we just move up to now, cousin?
Plan definitely needs to be adjusted.
Amethysta actually doesn't say a word. She just goes over to Umi and her dad and picks them both up.
Amethysta. I know you might be worried about them, but there are other concerns. Like the fact that that man of war is still arming cannons towards our direction.
And do something about the cannon.
Tiny,
Hey,
I get you up there, you wreak havoc on those cannons. Deal?
if there are not many people and Tiny no die, sure.
Considering at the killing rate that you just demonstrated, I think you'll be fine. So I grab his hand and fly him up there.
About that.
Oh boy. How heavy is his ass?
Oh, no, not that. The doors are closed on getting back to the top deck now.
Huh?
You flew into the crew quarters, right?
I would have flown into the closest entryway into the ship to get Tiny in the quickest.
Right,
So-
and this is the crew quarters.
Right. So then, yes, I would be in there.
There are no exits now.
No exits in the crew quarters.
So before that, D's,
Yes.
you will be the only person with any sort of control to stop things as cannons are charging up as we speak with intense fire behind the cannonballs. Setting that up for a reason, because for the three of you with Umi, there are now white spots appearing in the crew quarters with blades scraping and a very heavy set of footsteps approaching from below deck. As the white spots themselves come off with the voice of Critias just saying, "Oh, by the way, nice job trying to use the half-djinn right like that. It was pretty impressive. Did not even see it coming, really. Thought it would be an interesting thing to note. But now, I wonder how you could deal with my own prize tools." As you're slowly seeing Captain Bones approaching with 3 of his best crew members,
How the fuck did I know this was it?
dry, unharmed, uninjured, and they seem super furious. I was going to end the session there.
Ow! I was really hoping he'd be on that ship giving the orders. Captain's supposed to go down with his own ship, god damn it. Fucking cheater.
He is on his ship. You guys are on his ship.
Yeah. We're in his domain.
But yeah. How did I guess this right? Pretty much.
Because you know your older brother by this point.
Plus, it's
like-
drama beyond belief.
Because I'm like, this has to. Okay, Lich Fog. This has to do with something to do with a Lich via either a curse or a possession.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much what I got.
I mean, basically, but you guys will have a week break coming up to plot out stuff of Anne doing the ship combat for the first time.
Here's the keys, Anne. Don't scratch it.
And you guys
Don't
getting
blow us up.
together with Snow to figure out how the fuck you guys gonna fight Captain Bones and his people in the crew quarters together.
I mean, ship's still made of wood.
with you guys still on it.
I don't need
Semantics.
semantics. I don't need you to friendly fire me more than I already need to.
Not everyone in the party is resistant to fire.
You spit
Yeah,
fire
but
at me.
those who aren't can either fly or are just really, really tough. Some of you
I
are
will-
both.
This
I
son of
will-
a bitch.
If you spit fire at me, I'm fucking hellish rebuking you back.
I'm not gonna spit it at you.
I know. I know.
respect you lightning, motherfucker.
Hey, AoEs are AoEs. I don't control that shit. Actually, wait, yes I do.
Yeah, yes, you can. We've discussed it. You can manipulate how the spells can work, mother lover.
So, guys,
Well, let's hope I've got enough sense for that one.
I want to thank you all for being here for a full month of sessions, because, my lord, this has been intense, it's been beautiful, it's been lovely, and I can't wait to come back fresh as a daisy with a week break to come back on the 8th of October. So, you guys, be good people, make great choices, know that we all love you out there. Look forward to all of the best stuffs that we're going to be putting out in November, because we're going over all the stuff to make 2 releases in November for the beginning of Act 2. And is it Turn Up Tuesday yet? Have a good one.